frustrated and irritated and had to pull myself away.
Just like something that has been pushed.
Part of life. And yes, definitely. When my blood pressure started.
Oh, a believer. How are you doing today, Tammy?
I'm good. I'm good. Trying to get back into the swing of things and just trying to get back into the swing of things. So what happens when you take a little mini vacay, you kind of get out of the routine and out of your rhythm. So just trying to reel it
You
back.
said that you were on vacation and everything this week. So yep. All sorts of curveballs. Plus, I think you related to me last time, like you had some stuff going on with your family and stuff like that that you've been dealing with. So yeah, it's been an interesting week for you. Yeah. How are things settling down now that you've been home for a couple of days?
Good. I mean, I feel good, so I'm happy about that. And that's it. Just trying to get back into my routine and yeah, focus on what I want to be focusing on and not what the universe seems to want me to focus on sometimes.
Right,
There's that push and pull, right? Where you're like,
right,
oh, I'm being pulled to do this, but I really want to do that. And so,
right.
where does one land? You have to
Yeah,
find that
absolutely.
middle lane.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, guys, welcome back to another amazing episode of Come on, Tammy, read it off.
Woohoo! Integrative approaches and healthier living.
Just to get into it, I know you and I were discussing, some client things and just some people things in general outside our consultation. And both of us have, I mean, we've run into this in coaching. We've actually run into this in our relationship. I know that I'm guilty of this. Actually, I was called out from my
Yes,
coach
absolutely.
about this week
Absolutely.
myself, which is trying to get places too quickly, jumping ahead of where we're at, setting too big of goals. It was funny that, you and I have had this conversation, this week also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And kind of reflecting back and helping those listening to reel it in a little bit. It's almost kind of like we get excited about a change or an opportunity, and whether it's business related or personal or health or whatever it may be, and we tend to literally like dive off the cliff, because I've been thinking about this a smidge, right? We're walked to the edge of the cliff and we're like, am I gonna do this? Am I not gonna do this? And we're like, yeah, let me go. Let me just jump in, both legs, I'm going straight in and landing on my feet. But the reality is we have to pace ourselves. there's
Right.
there's an act of pacing ourselves, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes we have to take a baby step and think about
And,
it.
and to make that relevant, would be, I think you made this point with somebody that you're working with. The idea a lot of times clients come to us with where it's like, oh, I need to start getting back on my working out. And they're like, oh, I'm going to work out like an hour a day. I'm going to start working out like an hour a day. And that's not even healthy, one, and especially not healthy for like a new client that's getting back into the swing of things.
And
Yeah,
eating is the same
absolutely.
too with like diet and nutrition, right?
Absolutely.
Because I've been guilty of that. Pace
Yeah.
yourself. Don't
Pace
don't do
yourself. Yeah,
everything all at once, because when we do everything
absolutely.
all at once, we don't know what is working and what is not working.
Absolutely. That's a great point. We don't know what's working. We don't know what's not. And that is the big setup for future growth, having things that are measurable, so knowing what works for you, knowing what's not working for you. That's great. That's a great insight, Tammy.
Yes, absolutely. It goes back, it takes us, circles us back to, which we've not really talked about, but I'm sure there's a lot of people familiar with the SMART goals, right?
Yes, smart
So,
goals. Yep.
mhm.
Yep. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time bound, as I believe they stand for. Let's dive in maybe just a little bit more on not the patience part, but the importance of things, being measurable, because and why it's so important, yeah, to exercise patience, but things being measurable. If you were to go to work and you didn't know what you were getting out of it, um, you just had a lot of excitement around work, like how long would that last? Eventually, you're going to be like, well, what am I working for? Your energy will be gone, but then you don't know what you're getting out of it. And that's where like the measurable standpoint comes in.
Right, but I think for most of us, I know for myself, work, it means many different things, but
Right.
I feel like it's, if there's something that lights us up inside or excites us, whether we're going to a 9 to 5 job, or we work from home, or our work is doing creating things, and we're selling them in different locations or whatever it is. But if it fires our insides, if it lights us up from the inside and we're passionate and we love what we're doing, then I think it's okay to want to, it's exciting for us to go to work or do those things. Or likewise, when we're exercising and we're feeling better and we have more energy, then you're
Right.
more apt to want to
Yeah.
continue to on that path.
But the points that you're actually making right now you're making points to knowing what you're getting out of them. And so then that comes back to like, taking the time to slowly integrate these things in so that you can measure these things. Like, well, do you feel better after exercise? Do you feel like you have more energy? And that typically only happens when you can quantify like what you're doing and how much of what you're doing to get the outcomes that you're feeling. So I'm
But
happy
that
you said that.
but that also kind of brings us back to a journaling format of some way, shape,
Correct.
or form, right? So if we're
Absolutely.
tracking,
Absolutely. Yeah,
however we
absolutely.
do a tracking system, then you're able
Absolutely.
to like visually learn and see, oh wow, I did this before and now I've done this. And so I walked 5 minutes extra today, which is more than I was doing last
Mm-hmm.
week. And
Mm-hmm.
over time, hopefully the plan is right that we're feeling better and not
Right.
exhausting ourselves in that which we're doing. So
Yeah. Yeah. To bring it in a little bit more, you mentioned the other day in regards to weight loss and how a lot of the times people want to lose weight quickly. And I was thinking while we were jumping on here, one, a lot of the times people approach anything that they're doing health related, unfortunately, from not a lifestyle change standpoint of it's a point of what can I do to get rid of the problem, and that there's like this short-term solution that's going to bring a lasting result. And there's never a short-term solution that ever brings a lasting result. Um, I've seen so many people, make this, like where I was talking to a client the other day, she had lost 60 kilograms, and for people like in the US, I think that's somewhere around like 140 pounds, only to regain it all back. Why? Because she followed the typical, you know, um, diet down on 1,300 calories and exercise for 2 hours a day until she lost all the weight. And what we know by the research that anybody that diets the traditional way regains all their weight back, and typically they regain all of their weight back and more. Actually, there's a really interesting study. It's called the Danish twin study that showed that the identical twin that competed in sports where they repeatedly had to diet down using crash methods, or people that have dieted down several times in their life, this particular way, the twin that did that weighed more, significantly more, and typically dealt with things like heart disease, cardiovascular related diseases more often than the twin that did not. Like journaling, I think you and I both agree, is kind of like this amazing tool that somebody can use to learn about their life and implement those things, reteach themselves the correct way of moving forward as opposed to, just moving forward too quickly, blindly, right?
Right, right. And I know we've mentioned it before, but journaling isn't necessarily pen to paper. That happens to be my favorite mode.
Yes,
But, I know a lot of people are at their computer. You can easily just start a Word document and, or a Google Docs or whatever it is that you use, your tablet, for example, make
right.
notes, section and just log and keep track of what you're doing and how you're feeling in the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it makes
What?
it easier when you go to a doctor's appointment, right? Or you decide to work with somebody, you can like, this is what I did, this is what I'm doing, these are my results. And either A, it's working, it's wonderful, or B, it's not. I need more help. Can you help guide me and send me
Right.
on a path that would benefit me better? So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I'm
there's
hoping I'm
there's
hoping we can get
benefits
your
for either
doctor
way.
on here soon because she's the one that refers to you and tells the other doctors that are involved with you, like, pay attention to her because she's going to teach you something because of because of the fact that you journal and you take such good notes about what's going on with you and you're so diligent about paying attention to that and learning from that data. And so I can't wait till once we're able to get her on here so that she can talk to that point. That'll be awesome. Well, ma'am, I think that was an awesome conversation today. Like,
Mhm.
what do you have any other points that you would like to add?
No, I think we're good. I mean, it's
Mhm.
just, pace yourself, really. Pace yourself
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
don't try to, accomplish, as they say, Egypt or the help me. I can't even think of the word now. Whatever. The things weren't built in a day.
That would be Rome wasn't built in a day, not Egypt.
Yeah, there well, whatever.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah,
Even we can't even build a proper house in a day. So there you go. Much less Rome or
yeah.
Egypt or any place else for that matter.
Yep,
So
yep, yep. Yeah, absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. Well, it's good to see you as always, Tammy.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate and love everybody who tunes in to our channel each and every week. And like, subscribe, share. We would be so grateful. And until next time, thank you and be well.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Hope you learned a lot from this, and we'll see you next time.